It's Chalkboards to Smartboards, featuring Lee County teachers who've made a lasting impression.
After leaving upstate New York, I went into the United States Army for 3 years. And during that time, getting out of the service, I decided to move to Florida, where some of my family was living. And back in 1988, I just turned 24, I realized that I wanted to use my GI Bill and go to school at the University of South Florida and earn my Bachelor of Arts degree in, elementary ed. And that's when it really kind of hit me, and it kind of all fell together. And, I think the military really helped lay the foundation. I've had a lot of memorable moments, and I think back to some of those moments, and they kind of remind me as I reflect back in, my career in education. But one that stood out was this young girl in 5th grade who really didn't communicate, really did not participate in the classroom academically as well as socially. And so thinking back to that time, I really needed to kind of figure out a way to get her to be involved in her education and take risks in her learning. And I decided to take a shared piece of her writing, and another teacher actually recorded her reading that piece in, private. And at the end, we actually shared that in the classroom, and what was surprisingly, a lot of the other students had no idea who that child was because they've never really heard her voice. And so that was the first beginning steps, and then shortly after that, she began to speak out and answer questions in the classroom. I really love to travel and be involved in nature. I, have spent some time in Colorado whitewater rafting with my children. And, I like being outdoors, and I probably think I would do some traveling and sightseeing around the world. Being in the military, I did get to do that in my earlier, 20s. But that's something that I miss, and I would like to get back to if I could retire and spend some time alone and doing some things with my family. It would definitely have to be technology. As I started at J. Quone English when they had the chalkboards, and that building was built in 1927. So for the first 2 years, I had some real challenges. So I could say from going from chalkboards to smartboards, going from overhead projectors to now document cameras, going from using encyclopedias with my students to literally Googling things on the internet. I would say that you really do need to learn to be flexible, as sometimes your schedules are interrupted. Learn to have patience, learn to have your bag of tricks and tools and strategies that you can quickly assess at any given time, and be open-minded to those new ideas that do come in.
The School District of Lee County would like to thank all of our teachers for their dedication and the many lives of students they have changed.